Welcome to the live. Click like, share, subscribe if you like. Um, we're going to go ahead and hop into the messages due to the simple fact it is time. Let me know that I give you the accurate dates so you can have information today is going to be very useful for a tool due to the simple fact I feel like still choosing to play the game of, oh, it's this, it's that, oh, it's mental issue. No, we're going to prove that today. Um, let's see. Oh, sorry, my apologies. I thought elections would take place June, July, but apparently they've been taking place now all the way up until like August. Elections calendar. Let's go ahead and look at this. So Florida's, their next one is in June 3rd. So before June 3rd, let me make my business because today is May 29th and somebody is conducting FBI investigations, DEA, IA, or whatever the case may be. So Miami is up for, District 4 is up for June 3rd. What about all, let's look at all Florida's election dates. When is legislative? When is Supreme Court people due to do their stuff? June 10th, for so District 19, June 10th, District 15, September 2nd, District 3, June 10th, District 32, June 10th, and District 40, September 2nd. Okay, so this is where I have been mentioning and saying that most of them have been looking to. I was trying to record it, and of course, this hacker dude that I was talking to before, play with me one more time. I promise you, you will have every enemy that you ever thought that you crossed over be knocking at your door or your mama house. Because talking about you doing something because you love somebody, you like somebody, sir, I don't know what ill will or thinking that you thinking you doing. I promise you, a life for a life. I do not care about anybody's existence. I do not care about nobody else's kids because who worried about mine, my existence, or anything else. So this is for those who are in the public who going ahead and doing what they doing because it's already bad enough. They will steal jobs from you. They will block your finances for you. They would have had a way better chance to make sure that they gave me my money. But considering that they wanted to run campaigns, this is how they be stealing people's social security, veterans affairs, your compensations. If you had trust funds, if you had wills, if you had property, land, and all that other stuff, this is how they've been getting away with a lot of this stuff for years. And right now with all these districts, and let me look at the places because considering anyone knowing at this point, I'm speaking nothing but facts. So who's District 19 is vacant. So this could be anybody statewide. So any person that they're using at this time, Florida stats 100.101. Okay. The governor is responsible for calling the election and must consult with the Secretary of State to set the election dates and nominating deadlines. So any way that it goes on this situation and them trying to avoid national news or national visuals of this being outed before they can go ahead and do this. Someone is definitely a Gemini, so which will require me to go ahead and do my research on who in the state of Florida is a Gemini because their birthdays are public records. So them choosing to take away their birthdays on part of public records is going to go ahead and allow people to know that you were right on the money. For one, if you decided to take on this tarot, spiritual, whatever. Two, it'll cause you to go ahead and look into their finances because you got to understand, even though that they're running elections and they decide to take off their birthdays, any financials that they are using is public record. And it's choosing not to be public record. That means taxpayers' dollars, they don't know where their money's going, right? They wouldn't know where their money is going. But also, this allows those publicly to know, okay, what money are you using to campaign yourself? What monies are you using to go ahead to do what it is that you're doing? And how you doing it. So most of the time, any of you that are, could be going for job promotions, having issues with stability of home, having stability issues with your bank accounts, anyone that you're having issues, yeah, bank accounts, your home stability, job positions, not getting promoted. This right now, a lot of people, a reason why they're shadow banding, and it's not shadow banding, they're basically paying people out of these situations to go ahead to make sure that you're not seen, to avoid a public scene of it going to the national news, knowing that they're going ahead and using the taxpayers' money to suppress what people are saying because it's factuals. Because don't nobody go harder than anything else if they didn't believe that it was in fact, that would it go ahead and destroy their chance to do what it is. Someone's name could be Joy. Someone could be like, oh, they have an Android, they doing this, they're doing that. No, anybody knocking on my door, I could present facts. So me presenting facts, meaning you're gonna arrest a person because they're presenting facts? Seriously? You're gonna try to arrest a person because you're doing this? Now you want reciprocity in the whole situation because you've been stealing someone and you knew that the investigation was pending. So you've been using sheriffs and all these. So all it requires from you to do, whatever county, state, with the whole state running this election between June and September, right now, because June to September, most of these could have occurred all the way back until like February or March. So for them to put in commissioners, Senate, sheriffs, even ministers or pastors with a bigger reputation to get fundings or grants for certain things, hospitals as well. And these people will be thinking that when you know information about how it is that they're running and where they're running the finances through. Right now, I could tell if you are a Fed and you doing your fucking job the correct way, and some of them you got some dirty fucking Feds and you could catch their ass in the act of this. Basically, go ahead and pay attention. The church leaders, your commissioner, and the sheriff, and whoever is the one running for supreme judge positions, go ahead and go look at their finances. After you go look at their finances, go see what foundations are they running the money through. Go pay attention when they're running this money through, if they have access to lodges, VFWs, Veterans Affairs, or any of those such. Trust and believe you're going to get at least 10 people that they have paid money to particular locations. So if you pick out of 10 people that are veterans, right, and they do what I do, or they do like they had intel jobs, they could be retired or whatever, they don't work or anything at home, I guarantee you could pull up 10 people, go look at the funding and look at where they live at, because I'm at Preserve Leaf in fucking Melbourne. I guarantee it's going to be money funded to this fucking place, Bell's Partners. And when you go look into there, I guarantee you can see my name or whoever they have people involved to. You can see that they come into my address. You can see that they go ahead and giving them funding for places that they go to, whether it's bowling teams. What the fuck are you using public government tax money for bowling teams? Seriously? No, those are called for hitmen. Those are called for, can you find me a hacker so we don't have to use our government people any longer? That's why it's somebody that was sitting here playing, and I know them very well. And if I have to call out your, listen, Witherby will be shut down before the end of the day playing with me. Anybody in Witherby will be shut down before the end of the day for playing with me. And the fact that Buddy tried to play in my energy like, oh, okay, well, she's going to, if I can keep her focused on me, she'll be, no, let's go ahead and do this, Shelby. Because it's like you want to keep trying to play this church situation. I'm pretty sure if I go ahead and do a thorough investigation of the judge that I'm speaking of the lady that I was talking about in Ocoee for her church and what churches she recently could have visited, I guarantee you that judge, her, the lawyers involved that they all paid, on top of it with the governor, on top of with the fucking mayor, I can go ahead and pinpoint exactly what they've been doing and running this whole time, including all taxes and then some. And with me going ahead and be able to do that, I can go ahead and show you criminal rings, gang rings, prisons that they've been allowing people, or jail people that they've been allowing to get out to go ahead and do this hit. Because with this, is trying to hear me like fingerprints. Why would you want to try to figure out what to get my fingerprints to do that? Like I was saying, when it comes to, the weapons or whatever. Okay, they know what kind of weapon I have, and them going through evidence, and I'm pretty sure y'all went through that and figured out on the record somebody's birthday could be like October 19th, that they were looking up something in the system, and y'all sitting there like, well, why would they be want to look up open pending cases? That's the purpose of a detective being on the job, to do that job, and them overstepping whatever the detective looking into. Like, it should have been protocol for them to shut it down, and whoever started looking into it, okay, give them one courtesy. I'll give you one courtesy. If I ever had worked for a feds or any of that, you get one courtesy. I'd see your ass do it again, I'm arresting you. I'm not having no conversation with you. I'm not fit to tell you, hey, keep, doing that. Stop doing it. No, you're getting arrested. Because at that point, now you're impeding, you're obstructing justice. You see what I'm saying? And right now, them playing on my phone, when I went on ahead and posted, I was trying to do, how you call it? A short. And in the process doing that, you want to know what year? Someone born in 1992 was trying to go ahead and stop it. Oh, well, you really want to be a part of a fucking group? But then it was just like right there and then, I was like, if that dude ever fucking approached me in my face, I would be so fucking disgusted. Like, I would be disgusted. Like, I would talk to anyone and hear anyone out, but I am disgusted. That is disgusting. Dr. McGibbons, you would have had a better chance of snitching on everybody. But now it's just time for all these people to just go ahead and realize how far people be willing to go, especially around election time. And I was like, it don't happen to everybody, but around election time, these will be people that will sit here and play, like, play certain things on people, and then try to play with your mental. Like, I'm the last person to try to play with my mental, because now you got to sit here and figure out, how the hell did you figure this out? It ain't about how you figure it out. It's about the fact that what made you have the audacity to think that it was okay and safe to do that and play with people's energy. And then you paying people's neighbors, you paying people to come in people's neighborhood to stalk them and harass them, and then think that ain't nobody supposed to speak out about it. Like, they'll just be quiet. No, I'm not pushing shit under the rug. You got my money. You doing false cases. You trying to take my kids away. You trying to put false things on people's records that you know are not true. So I know if there's someone above you, and mind you, you running for campaign. So now they got to watch you. They're watching your every move, your phone calls, who's around you. And considering how you thought you was going to do this quick, like smooth, like, okay, well, we're going to see that I put periods in my phone for a reason. Because you stupid enough to go ahead and do that. And then it's like, well, we can go ahead and call and do a welfare check. And if she starts not answering or responding to you, or don't say anything to you, then arrest her, and then we can Baker Act her. What kind of fucking bright idea? And they really fucking do shit like that. That was the recent conversation, because something was like, get up, Sharita. And it was like, I was chilling, but it was like, when your left ear get the ringing, baby, somebody is, but it's negative talk. And it was talking so negative in such an aggressive way. I guarantee they picked that shit up today. I guarantee you they picked it up today. Like, yeah, we're going to figure out how to get their fingerprints. And if we can't get them that way, we're going to do a welfare check. Especially when they're trying to do mental case type things and try to get you to, they can get you to stay in place. That's called forcing. That's intimidation. So when they was going to decide to do this welfare check, knock on the door, are you Miss Taylor? Yes, we got a phone call, and we heard that, you wasn't showing up to appointments or something like that. And we just, the VA was just concerned, and it would have been from Dr. McGibbons, Hayes McGibbons, but they would have thought that I wouldn't know that. Or it would have been, Eileen Diaz. It would have been Eileen Diaz, Mimi Cummins, McGibbons, Reeves, since I had mentioned that name last night, and then so-called concerned family members, because Reeves, she was been the one that was responding back and forth to me via my VA mail and stuff. But she's affiliated and associated with Bobby, Derek Ray, and all them, which is tied to Sheila. And it's like, well, can y'all help me figure out how I can go ahead and get them to go to her house and do a welfare check, and we could probably get her that way. And then it's like for them to try to convince the last dude I was talking to, like, come on, like, just go pull up on her and just go do this, and then if you can go do this, we can go ahead and bake her at her, and then intimidate her and make her, if she don't talk or nothing like that, you could bake her at her because her mental health record, and they ain't go, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna know the rules or regulations. Yeah, the fuck you are, because you supposed to be belligerent, and when they come, you supposed to be acting aggressive and pissed off and stuff like that. Because she gonna be pissed off, like, why y'all at her door and all this other stuff. It's like, y'all stupid, and the politicians were willing to go the fuck along with this. All these people stuck in their dirty ass ways. I'm telling you, when people get to about 45 and up, them motherfuckers be stuck in their ways. They be trying to say when you like in your 30s and stuff like that, you be stuck in your ways. No, them be them motherfuckers in their 40s and 50s. Once they hit that little sweet spot right there, they be acting the hell up. And then it's like, well, shit, we've been doing it for the last 15 to 50 years. Shit, we can go ahead and do it again. Like, no. If they really willing to go ahead and come out here and catch some of y'all people for doing all this towards innocent people, and making records and stuff like that, well, we can send somebody, like for them, they was hoping to send in celebrities, right? Okay, so Big Sean was one big person, but Big Sean is so boo-boo and bobo that he don't pay attention to what it is. But he took some of his money and invested in this shit. Reason being why Rihanna ain't making music, because she whoever was her last little Arab, he been looking out for her ass heavy than a motherfucker. Like, don't make no music right now. This ain't the time to be trying to do no record deals or nothing like that. Shit, they making Chris Brown do all these motherfucking tours like crazy, like he, running a rat race and shit. But he has no choice but to keep a particular part of that case quiet. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm not equipped or versed in this, because if anybody else fucking know about situations or court cases, and then it comes to celebrities, do you not know any fucking female that most times, 10 times out of 10, that you see them and they do the stupidest shit? If you ever see them do videos and it's affiliated with some kind of gangs, street gangs, or things like that, they are a target. However, they're going to target the fact, do they have mental health issues? Do they do voodoo, hoodoo? Are they into that tarot? Was it they family into what you call it? Metaphysical things, herbalistic, or do particular works. So with me going ahead, let me go ahead and put it this way. Janae Aiko, good. I love her. I'm a fan of her music. I didn't say I'm a fan of her, but I'm a fan of her music, right? But however, if we really go ahead and do this, whether she knew or was subconsciously or consciously aware, right, of what she did when it became between Big Sean, because she loved Big Sean, everybody know that, but Big Sean been showing in every fucking which way he like her, but he ain't in love with her. Okay, then if I go ahead and look at Snoop Dogg been in this shit for a long ass time, but you want to know what stood out? It's certain people that have certain gifts, and with those gifts, you go ahead and call back that energy. Why your wife has cancer now? Why is it that people are starting pointing out that Snoop Dogg Entertainment, whether he knew it or not, y'all remember that show, College Girls Going Wild? And then he has Snoop Dogg Entertainment. He has very big, heavy intels and ins and out with the adult industry, okay? Which gives him access to, on top of that, with Elon Musk, okay? That means when you go into particular places, right? Snoop Dogg like to smoke weed, so he's only gonna want to go. And reason being why they wanted to make me, I played along as long the fuck as I could. All I asked for was my motherfucking money, bro. And then you played this shit. So now let's air it out. And celebrities included. Beyonce, Jay-Z, ain't nobody safe. Because what stuck out even more than anything, why is Redman? Redman and Method Man has the biggest fucking thing that, why would Redman, like, you must be tight on money to ever fucking come down to fucking TikTok. Then it's the same message that I've been given for a long ass time, but all he had to do was paraphrase, so that allowed me to know about music. Diddy's case, anybody know his case could have been shut down. All they needed to do was bring in Jennifer Lopez. Make logical sense about all this shit. Jenny from the block was Jenny who got around the motherfucking block. Call a hoe what a hoe is, but shit, you was dancing before anything. So even before she became on Living Color, she was a stripper before that. Rather, anybody in the fucking public knew that Jennifer Lopez was a stripper before she was even a dancer on the fucking Living Color. Then that's when she got, oh shit, we can go ahead and use this Latina artist to go ahead and do the cross reference, because they already knew that they was going to target Big Pun. On top of that, what's his name that do Terror Squad? Fat Joe. So like, make it make sense. Logical sense would go ahead and click into your motherfucking head and think about it. Now Papoose is finally airing out Remy Ma. Remy Ma must have did something to take her own fucking protection away, that Fat Joe is not even stepping up for her no more. You see what I'm saying? But however, what is it revealing to everybody publicly nationwide? Hey, these motherfuckers be on that swinger shit. But then not only that, half of the fucking celebrities, if you look at it, what happened to Bobby Valentino? Bobby Valentino's whole fucking career got crashed because shit, he was sleeping with trans. But however, what kind of trans was it? A well-paid escort. An escort. Listen up, it was an escort. So most of the time that those Bates and DLs and these dudes that want to be aspiring to get into the fucking music industry, even on these low levels on our regular day-to-day, a motherfucker could be working at McDonald's for all you fucking know. He could be working at an Olive Garden, Red Lobster, and he got a career, but he know how to do beats, but he don't got that recognition, right? All it takes is, you remember how Cat Williams says, it's just a nobody, right? 10 times out of 10, it ain't just no nobody. They're going to go after the females that they know are pretty, but don't know their self-worth, don't have no self-respect, right? What is it called, that show? The one that they be trying to promote? Underbelly? Where they be doing interviews of these people that get strung out on these drugs, prostitution and stuff like that. All that is another way for them to go ahead and promote more prostitution, clean them up, to go ahead and make sure that they ain't got no HIV or other, major STDs. They don't care if they got herpes, but like syphilis, hepatitis and stuff like that. They really do be running this shit on TikTok. That's why I was like, damn, TikTok low key, like, it's cool where I could post on it, but then it started making me feel uncomfortable, because I was like, damn, that Arabic dude and that Indian, it was like two dudes that said an Arabic dude and an Indian dude. And he made it very clear. He was like, anybody that basically use TikTok, they are poor. So meaning where you see those ads where it's like, if you ever want to travel the world and you want to learn, that ad right there in itself is a promotion. Oh, you hard up on money and you need your views to go up. That's how they paying those people to do the trolling and stuff like that. What was that girl that was pregnant and she got blew up on TikTok? Her. But then it's like, clearly me, I can just sit there and look at it. Honey, her husband is not entertained nor turned on about her, but shit, he only excited about the fact that she getting money, right? But if you start paying attention to the background and the ends of the shit, let's go ahead and do about it. If Nick Cannon got all this fucking money and he doing everything that he's supposed to be doing, and he really was adamant about promoting what it was that Nipsey Hussle was doing, what the fuck stopping you from doing it? As a matter of fact, it's not what's stopping you, who stopped you from doing it. Everyone want to keep talking about Jaguar Wright. Okay, let's talk about Jaguar Wright. If we're going to talk about Jaguar Wright, she's been one of the fucking biggest people that help people with mercenary work and trafficking. But if she can get the recognition for y'all, so she's just pissed off of the simple fact they didn't promote her music. They're pissed off that she didn't promote her music. But then if you go ahead and circle around, what was the major people that they've been using? Military people, because it's very easy to keep undercover. All of a sudden, you got people from President Obama's team or security team fighting outside. But my bad, we supposed to keep, sweeping that under the rug. But I'm supposed to keep sweeping under the rug that miraculously, how is my mail ended up in the wrong mailbox? Secondly, who mailbox did my mail go into? Because clearly the mail person, you fucking up on your job. So who delivered the mail for my mail to go into the wrong person's mailbox? Meaning, if there was a check or something like that, that means the person that is around this motherfucker stealing the check that was supposed to come to me. And you know what? The beauty of it is, Shrita, just save the voicemail. Just save the voicemail because it's going to deposit about what it is that they saying. So you got it recorded. You got the voicemail. So I'm going to allow that shit to sit in there. So the senator, also this politician paid informant, a female, to do cyber spells and false report YouTube and TikTok. You want to pretend to be a model? You want to pretend to try to keep somebody poor so they don't talk about it no more? So if I take away this type of money from them, and if I make them do this, then I guarantee that they're going to be that they're going to be quiet. No. Currently, somebody, if you're doing an investigation and it's white people involved, I guarantee you're going to figure out that they're part of one of y'all, the FBI's most wanted list, KKK. They just been waiting for y'all asses to get active again. They active. They active like a motherfucker right now. Motherfuckers still the black motherfuckers trying to pull back the old theories from the Black Panthers. You getting your ass locked up, but how is it that you gonna go ahead and keep doing this? But your hope is to run a damn welfare check to intimidate me because you can't force somebody to talk. I'm fine. I'm okay. Thank you for coming. Because they was literally trying to pull that same shit that they did to that woman that was in the Navy, and they wasn't supposed to come into her home, and they was trying to say, oh, while she was cooking and she had that water pot or whatever, and then it was like, it looked like she was gonna throw that water or some shit like that, and then they shot her. They really plotting to do this shit again. Oh, it's just to be a conspiracy, and then we can put it on the news, or we can go in and say that they're aggressive, and we know that they got a weapon in their house, so we had no choice but to shoot her because we already know she got a weapon in her house. How do you know if I have a weapon in my house if you're saying that we're not watching her? Oh, well, we could say based off of her YouTube and the stuff that she's watching on her YouTube, with that erratic type of behavior, that'll give us grounds to go ahead and whoever this politician and this judge and whoever this person is, that's a grounds enough for you to go ahead and just shoot her and just say that, she got aggressive and she gets an attitude and that she gets angry and things of that. This fucking judge that did that's telling them this fucking idea of how that when it's time for you to get the case and if you have to dislodge your weapon or whatever, someone could be using a son to do this. So there's a judge who has a son that's either part of the PD or a sheriff department, or they could possibly be a lawyer. So someone here 12. So someone could be telling their son that a lady could be a judge or something like that, or into a church or something, and they working together to sit here and, well, I have my son to do it. So when he do it, it'll be easy for me to get him off because I can go ahead and come up with the alibi of where he was at. And whenever they get ready to do this, I can try to figure out, how they can get in contact or something like that. And I have them to shut her down. Also, this is a judge who do have a son that is part of the CIA, FBI, or the government, or they do something with cybersecurity. This person also could own a black female who owns a daycare that could be involved in this as well. This could be their son that's involved in this. Someone's name could be Emmanuel, Manuel, Manny, Michael, Mikey. They secretly pop pills. They could do music as well around September, October, or they've been trying to plot with this situation since then to figure out, I feel like someone could be trying to numb themselves. Someone could also be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And then it's like someone could have had told a child to act like and pretend like you like them and pretend that you doing this or whatever the case may be. Like I told you, they will send in gay men to women, knowing that they, do other things like that. Also, this is them getting contacts with people with health departments and stuff like that. And they know somebody is healthy and take care of their health. You are healthy. You're a healthy person, but somebody from the health department or a department with planned clinics could have had played with someone's results to go ahead and get these people to do this. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, someone could be born in 88, 89, 98, 99, or they could have been doing this shit 2008, 2009, or 2018, 2019. Okay, they've been really trying to carry this out, and they've been trying to plan this out since the 18th and the 19th to do this with because it's like they are witness to all of this. They know that we did all of this. An Arabic female that's a medical provider. What was her name? Miss Halid Mahalik. That was part of my son's medical team. She was the lead, and then they ended up trying to take her off because it was like, shit, you know, she's just a resident. And when they was trying to do this to my son Marcus, someone's name is Hoffman, doing actual voodoo work, because they was thinking like, I was like, okay, let's just allow them to think that, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what you know. And then they're gonna try to play the delusional fucking role if you start talking about what celebrities are doing and how they doing it. Because this is a person that got ties to Virginia or West Virginia, and they have ties to the Navy Federal Credit Union. Okay, like you Navy Federal Credit Union is any type of credit union. Whoever this judge and all these people involved, this Arabic doctor and stuff like that, they have ties and they have people involved in this. An Arabic female who wears a hijab, and they could also be funding their parents to have like a halal restaurant or something like that, kosher restaurant or a grocery store, which that would have been the ones over there off of OBT. This person could be pregnant at this time. So this Arabic female who wears the hijab, they could be pregnant with like one baby right now. Virginia, West Virginia, or this medical provider. So they could either work in a restaurant or they could be a medical provider. They could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. They could have been born in 1988, 89. Shit, they could have been born in 1978, 79. 78, 79, 88, 89. 98 or 99. They could be pregnant right now with one child, okay? And they have ties to all of this, okay? They also could have ties to a person who calls themselves a cousin that don't like me or something like that, or somebody else's cousin who they, you know, say that they don't like me or like my kind. They was planning to do this. They supposed to have did this last month, but they want to try to attempt to push it for next month to do this. But they also planning to go ahead and do it to, you know, to a bank account. Like they were part of the scam to do this bank account. But regardless, like I said, the government can't turn their head at this time. And trying to use religion or anything, they know they can't do that. And whoever it is that's from Alabama that's involved in this as well, they cocky, but these motherfuckers be insecure until you have to tell their ass about themselves. Like if you don't sit down, we're gonna keep our government in fraud, like feds, whatever, because these people are doing fraud, impersonation, intimidation, on top of attempted 187. If you Arabic, oh, trust and believe me, you fit to get that first class ticket to motherfucking Guantanamo Bay. I promise you getting a first class ticket. Where everybody else can go to fucking penitentiary, your ass going over here where they put all the fucking high criminals at. Ha ha ha, joke's on you, bitch. Because sitting here trying to plan all this shit, and if you part of the KKK, oh yeah, baby. They've been wanting to take y'all asses down for a minute. This shit gonna be way bigger than how they did Charlie Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer. This is gonna be way fucking bigger than that. And then you come into somebody, and then it's like now they have no choice to be like, damn, spiritual work is for real. Like they was hoping whoever this KKK group is, they was going to try to use seduction and other communication, but it's like, shit, well, as long as they don't know that we into this or doing this, okay, well, shit, if I have to talk about celebrities, any celebrity that ever had Ryan Leslie write for them, trust and believe me, they do voodoo, they into all that shit. They will go ahead if they figure out that it's certain people that you do tarot, you do voodoo, santeria. If they do dark work, oh, they fucking with you heavy. They fucking with you heavy. They gonna make sure that you get content. They gonna make sure that you get followers. They gonna make sure all of that. But also, if you got competition, they'll take them out for you. Why? Because you're getting paid, and those who they want you to be your competitor, They will take their life. There's somebody that the chemical shit that they did to my vent, which they swear we didn't do this, we didn't do this. Okay, well I still got the proof or whatever the case may be, and y'all go ahead and do that. And if that shit went missing, that means you came into my house when I left. Anything go missing in this house, that means you came into this bitch when I was gone. But who gave you permission to come in here? Who gave you permission? Because I didn't get notification. They have to notify you 24 to 48 hours before they enter your home. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh, well, we're going to play like, they love to play mental health on you. I swear to God, when they know that it's mental health, they going to try the fuck out of you. And then if it's music celebrity motherfuckers, because they've been getting away with it for a long ass time, child. Because something with me saying that, it says, Rita, go ahead and go check and make sure that damn filter's still in here, because it's evidence. So this filter right here, I had tested a theory and I took it. And when I took it, I was like, Rita, sit it by your front door. When I set it by my front door, I'm talking about mosquitoes, flies. They wouldn't come to the door. So I was like, yeah, they use, chemical. And it was like, well, your vent is this and that. I'm aware of that, but I need a fresh one. I want them to bring the whole box and then make sure that they bring a witness so I can make sure that my shit get done effectively. That was a whole inconvenience for them because they had to go ahead and call their supervisor, which that inconvenienced him. And I, you know what I'm saying? I didn't feel bad about it because it's like, shit, were y'all concerned about inconveniencing me and my well-being? Like, I'm supposed to be enjoying my apartment. But meanwhile, Shrita, just pack your shit up, because eventually, once you save up enough, just move the fuck out from this. This place is not worth it. I'm going to give this bitch a 1 star. A 1 star. It's not fucking worth it. But you wanted to make me feel uncomfortable in something that I should be comfortable with. After battling fucking homelessness, after going through all this shit that was intentionally done. Now that I know it was intentionally done, man, you think I'm fit to sit here and play with any of y'all? No, let's air this out. Every little bit of your lifestyle, because I said, shit, Sharita, if you really wanted to, go ahead and Google every fucking precinct that you ever set foot in. Go ahead and get the sheriff's department, police department, and air their fucking life out. I got every indication to want to do that. But yet they still want to keep playing. Well, shit, I could play along and get along. And if I got to play along to get along with you, I'm airing everybody's secrets and sins out. And I'm 1,000% sure a person is willing to go ahead and look into it. I'm telling you, there's nowhere in the United States of America where somebody is not ready and willing to eat some fucking real entertainment up. And the real entertainment about the shit is facts. It ain't got to be fabricated. It ain't got to be nothing. Shit, a real investigator, private investigator, the feds, and you want something and you really want to have a laugh when they're laughing at people's pain, come on over here. Let me give you the tea, but shit, I might as well do this shit for free since they stole my fucking monetization on my YouTube. Because it's like, I get the views, I got that watch hours and everything. Like, I've been had all of that. But you took away my monetization, you would have had a better chance to go ahead and still let me get my monetization from YouTube and TikTok. But instead, no, you want to make sure that the people, when I was sending my stuff via TikTok, I sent it in, mind you, that would have been like my first real violation. But you banned me based off of one live. It didn't make sense to me. But I said, okay, no problem. So what you go ahead and holding that, I will make sure when we go to the lawsuit and then we go to court, because they will have access to go ahead and pull up the video, which I still got it screenshotted and everything. When it's time for us to go to court, we were presented. Now you got to figure out which one of your people from the good old TikTok, because shit, you really want to ban TikTok? No problem. Too easy. You looking at the girl to go ahead and ban that bitch. You looking at her. But why would you want to go ahead and shut that down based off of evidence that could prove what the fuck was going on in Puerto Rico, Florida, Georgia, Texas, California, Tennessee, Kentucky, New York, New Jersey? I'm sorry, that's a whole lot of fucking power to shut down a whole lot of motherfucking people. So yeah, it can make logical sense of why you would want that person not to go live. But it also make more valuable sense of what kind of people would you have to hire to go ahead to make sure that they report a person's content to get them banned. Well, Considering, thank goodness that we do have people that do actually like their government jobs and do like their federal jobs. Shit, why is that happening? It's going to make them, let's look up all these IP addresses. Let's look up these people's names. Let's look up their jobs, their families. Are they married? Are they single? What kind of jobs they got? What's their net worth? Most of these motherfuckers are probably not making no more than fucking $32,000 a year. So of course that little $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 is a big fucking deal to them. Of course, if it's black motherfuckers, oh, we had a seafood boil. Right. Black folks are so fucking ignorant. They always trying to throw a fucking barbecue. We can afford the oxtails. Nah. Oh, we can go ahead. Y'all ignorant damn motherfucker. Tell me how ignorant you are without telling me you ignorant. And not taking it to go ahead and, oh girl, I went to go get my 40-inch bust down. You know, I had to go get my nails done. But if we really, outside of you getting that $2,000 or $3,000 extra to go ahead and troll somebody and steal their content and then talk shit, knowing you don't know what the fuck you really doing, and it's like, yeah, and they doing this, and they, yeah, girl, Tell me that you're not talking to the people who are paying you without telling me that the people that you're talking to is paying you. Please tell me. Please tell me that you did not ever work at a massage parlor without telling me you worked at a massage parlor. Please tell me that you don't have an OnlyFans without telling me you don't have an OnlyFans. Who the fuck put tarots on OnlyFans? Who the fuck put tarot on adult sites? I'm sorry, only those that who have access to it. Who is one of those major celebrities that do have adult investments? Snoop Dogg. Everybody getting real quiet around this bitch. Now I'm feeling a different way. I should feel uncomfortable, but considering that everybody's starting to get real quiet, that means I'm hitting on the money. Most of the time that they get stewardess, who was it? Jim Jones, or was it Joel Santana that ended up dating the flight attendant turned real estate agent? Juju. Come on, let's talk about it. Carisha, wasn't she the one that was getting sponsored from P. Diddy? Oh, wait a minute. JT Money, her and JT Money, and then JT had to go ahead and like tell it, but now they all of a sudden besties. Oh no, because she could tell on me and she could tell on me. And where y'all from? Miami, Scam City? So not only were you getting scammed, not only was you getting tricked, not only was that a fucking sugar daddy. Tell me you a thought without telling me you a thought. Well, I only got one kid. Shit, anybody else will want to have one kid and keep on birth control and make sure you stay strapped up long as I'm getting my money, right? So didn't they cancel the Carisha show? Right? But if you go ahead and see who's their best friend who publicly talk about them doing hoodoo and voodoo and shit like that, K. Michelle, Cesar, and Summer Walker, right? But unbeknownst to Summer Walker shit, they got full control over that girl. Great writer, but they fuck her over in the worst way. What happened to Sexy Red? Oh, we need somebody to act ignorant and stuff like that. Glorilla, she's the main fucking source where you can sit there and look at the girl life. It was like, wait a minute, tell me about your life. Yeah, you know, my parents were church and they homeschooled us. So she was beat down and struck down by religion, right? So meaning as soon as she became famous, the money that she's getting, she put it into a church, right? So if I was going to go ahead and look into fucking Glorilla, which it don't make her a bad person. She just don't know no better. But she's smart, but she don't know better in certain areas about her involvement, record company, and then some. Why else do you think Moneybag Yo was like, I'm chilling? Why else do you think Kevin Gates, he chilling? I can guarantee I can go on TikTok. I guarantee 50 Cent ain't on there because he only activate that account here and there. I can guarantee you if I go on TikTok and if they on there right now, it's something or someone or a group of 13 people that they looking at. That's just the name of the game. It ain't about you not good enough. You're not doing this. No, they're going to overlook you to make sure that they want to try to make you submit and make you feel like you got to work harder or make it feel like, oh, that you're not worthy and what you're doing is not worth what you're doing. That's a black ignorant person's mentality that end up getting some fucking money and feel like they got power and control when they don't. That's like right now, what's his name? Prince, the dude from Houston, Texas. Sir, you had a silver spoon in your motherfucking mouth, and then you be sitting here trying to act like you a hard ass thug. Sir, you had money. So you were mad at Mace and Cameron from Allen, y'all, because it's like y'all just niggas that end up getting money and sitting out here got the audacity to play hard. No, all you're doing is telling the public that y'all motherfucker, that anytime you get mad and you feel like you're a power and authority getting taken advantage of, that you gonna go out here and take their life because you got the money to do it. Who they gonna tell? But most of the tell, you don't want to know what's the sad part of it is? How you taking out the ghetto when we supposed to try to heal people to come out the ghetto? Make it make sense. 10 times out of 10, all of y'all are is fucking, even any fucking music producer person that do music, they pop pills, snort that white girl stuff. It's a given. 10 times out of 10, they sleeping with the bros. How many fucking people you know it's a studio full of fucking dudes? Oh, my bad. These are also be people that probably had antisocial disabilities and shit like that. Didn't know how to pull the girl they want, but now I make beats. I can get all the hoes I want. You mean all the druggy hoes and all the stripper hoes that don't know no fucking better because all she knows is you throwing her some money and she can go get that Birkin bag? Cardi B been the only fucking one that made fucking logical sense to say shit. I know I had to go thought and hoe and go trick and do what it is that I had to fucking go do, but shit, at least I'm getting my fucking money and making sure that I do better. Cardi B has been, I mean, shit, most people look at her like she ain't shit, but she been the only one that been standing on fucking big business. She didn't have to get all that fucking plastic surgery. The most that I would ever have said Cardi B would needed that do because she was beautiful before all that was just fix her mouth. She would not like talking how she talking because I love it because she has her own personality. The only thing she needed to do was fix her teeth. Everything outside of that bitch was fucking pretty. But outside of that, guess what? Public and big money, only thing they see her as, oh, she was a stripper before anything. That's the only thing y'all fucking see. But then on top of that, anybody knows the second scam city out of fucking Miami is Tennessee. If you didn't know, Tennessee was the first fucking place that illegally allowed it in the 1800s, which allowed Shriners and all these other stuff, why major music companies use people out of fucking Tennessee. Whole city. Lizard lots, prostitution, because it was legal. Because at a time they was doing prostitution in the right way, because every woman that had to be in them whole houses, they had to get tested, they had to get looked after. Okay, so shit, half the motherfuckers out here doing what it is. You need a pimp, it'll be a fucking female running her motherfucking bitch. The only thing you got going for you is pretty. That's it. Because the only thing you know how to do is lay on your motherfucking back. They have to try to force that thought or mentality that shit, you got body for days, so the only thing you're going to be good for is doing the 1-2 and being on your back. I'll be damned. I'll be educated before anything. I'd rather be fucking broke knowing I got a brain. Because eventually somebody gonna sit there and talk to a motherfucker. Look, she looks scary. She look intimidated. Yeah, she got the body that look like she do this type of work. But I want to get to fucking know her. Grown men business. That's why I said I'm due to sit at the table amongst the fucking men. The only female that most fucking men would respect. Try that shit with these dirty little hoes that want to be, oh, I'm meant to be a wife, but also just be quiet because my husband bringing home the things and then he paying the bills. Long as I can make sure I take the kids to soccer and do their karate and things like that. But yeah, he can still go out here and cheat. And then long as he bring them home to you, you feel comfortable because we can do 3 ways and he could wear his black wedding band or his white one to make you feel like you're still secure. Make that shit make logical sense. I ain't respecting no motherfucking female that got to sit there and you got to lower your motherfucking standards just to keep a husband, just to say you married. The fucking person right now, they could have a bob, a short blunt cut or something like that. Music producer. But like I said, anybody working with fucking Ryan Leslie, which I think he either in Houston, Austin, or Dallas, Texas, and he got ties to the motherfuckers. Why else do you think Broski, what was it? What's the name of that group? 3-6 Mafia, Project Pat? Go back and reopen her fucking case. Project, that wasn't no fucking coincidence. The dude that ended up where they were trying to say he was snitching, no, that was his fucking wife. But it was information that he had that he was willing to come down to tell somebody about it. But you do get corrupt judges, which I'm dealing with one right now in the state of fucking Florida. You've been doing this shit for 23 years. Another fucking judge been getting away with this shit for 33 years. And you playing with people's lives, you playing with people's wombs. And then you got to pay a crackhead fucking biracial female to hack somebody's stuff, but they're being paid from state funds. They're being paid from other organizations to do this, so the work computers don't get looked at. Someone could be out here right now in my motherfucking parking lot in an SUV, or working from that SUV, or over here in this apartment, which I thought was pretty cool. They will rent, if you got guests coming into Bell's Partners or over here in Preserve Leaf, they can rent you out an apartment if you have other guests. But the thing of it is, if you're the feds and the government that's going ahead and running the case over here for me, just go ahead and go get a list from them. And if they ain't got their list miraculously, then you gonna know that it's a lot of people that's gonna probably end up scattering like roaches here shortly. Because the fact that I'm giving you a lead to go ahead, go to that leasing office, that front office, and ask them a list of the apartments that they rent out for people that want to just stay here. I guarantee you'll find the source. I guarantee you'll find the source within the next 3 hours. Where it would have took you 33 hours to go ahead and figure something out, or 24 hours, I guarantee within the 3 hours you'll be able to shut down a whole fucking case. I guarantee you'll be able to figure out the case by the end of today, and by Friday have their asses arrested. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm confident in it. Spiritualist, a reel, a video, a post, unexpected news report. Someone could be in a Chevy or a GMC, a Ford Fusion or a Ford Focus, or the newer version of the Fords that they be using on the police cars. It's a different color. Also, that Rubicon Jeep cars. Those are prevalent. SUVs, Subaru, and them red Ford Toyotas. You gonna catch a real estate agent involved in this that was acting independent, where somebody was all of a sudden spiritual. They're gonna be like, no, I don't do that no more. Someone gonna end up posting within the next 2 to 3 days or within the next 24 hours talking about, oh, I had to stop doing tarot and doing, spiritual work because no, bitch, you ain't have to stop doing this. Your ass got caught up in a lawsuit or something that came to let you ass know. Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. A white female married with 3 children, 1 to 3 children, but I'm hearing 3 to 4. But they the ones that was trying to go ahead and say, oh, can you go ahead and send a police over just to check on her? It just seems like something is not right. This is somebody in this fucking community right now. And I guarantee the fucking police looking into it's like, well, why would you want to do a welfare check on your neighbor? Do you know her? Have you ever spoke to her? And it's one of those where you ask a person that question, and then when you start asking that question, that's somebody like, fuck, I didn't expect for them to ask me all that. No, you don't know them. Have you ever encountered them? And I guarantee they're going to be like, well, I mean, I've seen them, but no. So it's a man that could be a police officer or something like that and telling their wife to go ahead and do this. Also, a black, dark-skinned female OBGYN, like I said, McGibbons is the only one right now getting the police involved so she could know people that are police officers as well. McGibbon Hayes, don't sit here and try to play that stupid shit, out in Orlando. And she was working from home when we did that one. It's like, okay, well, we do day trade. And with the fact that DeSantis just did another fucking news thing, which was the stupidest thing that he can do. Yeah, now you can use silver or gold coins and stuff like that to trade and pay for investments. This is the second state to do that. No, that's the other way to go ahead and pay for hitmen and assassins. And to get away with y'all not tracing the full thing of it. Somebody's name could be Trenton, Tracy, McGriffin. The audacity to try to do that. A best friend, so Veronica, so someone could be part of the Delta sorority. Always trying to say I'm codependent, gold digger. Bitch, try again. We don't do that around here. Someone's name could be Robin McRobbins or Robinson, a politician stuck in their ways from the Illinois. Someone's last, something with the name Kincaid. That's somebody's last name. They can only do what you allow. A white man overseer of Uber and Lyft and DoorDash. So look into whoever is the person of Uber, DoorDash, or Lyft at this time. Because they really want to just keep doing it. Because it's like, shit, you willing to do the crime, you won't have to go ahead and do that time. Renting a home or apartment approved. Also, that means it's going to be a lot of people not doing live readings here. Someone could be Canadian. Yes, they can't see you smile through this because, bitch, I'm going to smile because I'm independent, self-reliant. I'm going to advocate for myself and my kids regardless in my beliefs. You ain't got to like it because, shit, I ain't here to like it. But I'm going to love it. A baby father that's a sperm donor or somebody that actually wants to be a father because it came in reverse. Study people's faces. Don't allow you to pass, be in your present. Let it go. It's honestly behind you. However, ask yourself, did you learn from it? Good, bad, what's useful, and make positive movement forward. So someone wants someone not to be able to move forward. Whoever you spoke to recently was trying you. They're involved, but they like you. So that means whoever could have just reached out to me or had to drop something off, it was just like, damn. They involved, but it's like, it's a lot of motherfuckers like, God damn. But they love it here. Someone could be due like around November or December or something like that. Somebody definitely fucking pregnant that could be involved in this shit. Or it could be happening to a court case. This court case could have been going on since November, December. Someone could have been born 70, 71, 80, 81, 90, 91, 2000, 2001. Or this is a case that could have took place in 2020 or 2021. Racial biases, situation, racism, and colorism. Someone super miseducated. A Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. They have that in a birth chart or something like that. Or they could try to attempt to do this and carry it out through these seasons. So Cancer season, June, July. Scorpio season is October, November. But they probably could have started this around February, March. Someone could be between 4'11", 5'4". They always wear a shaper or a waist trainer. Someone's name is Tanner. A Hispanic male police officer that's dark skinned. Self-love and healing looks good on you. Someone could have recently took out their facial piercings. That could be a bottom bitch and somebody could have a pimp. They just want somebody to keep going back and forth with there. Somebody's name could be Deja. A white female doctor informant. Graham's Daycare. That was from Lawton, Oklahoma. Miss Graham's Daycare. And then she had, her niece's name was Deja. Have you learned your lesson? I sure the fuck did, baby. Also, whoever this white female doctor who's been snitching on motherfuckers, the question is, have you learned your lesson? A male officer, police officer watching, trying to cloak their energy. They are sheriff or highway patrol. Also could know people at the hospital or Veterans Affairs who recently traveled between 5 p.m. and midnight to pay a hitman. Boss or owner, secret admirer who has a crush. Somebody could be doing love spells or something or trying to get somebody to come back. But they were playing sides, trying to be a friend and an enemy. Also a female judge who's biased, who slept with their friend's husband. Who could be a female judge been sleeping with, if their husband does something else, that they could be in law as well. But they're biased because they slept with their husband friend who's a sheriff and a biggie. This female could be black. They could also have ties to a hospital, sheriff, highway patrol, nursing systems or hospitals, children's hospitals. They could be black and white. They could be Hispanic, or they could be with them being Hispanic, they could be like a brown skin. This could have started around September or October. Black female in hospitality. They probably knew them as well. They could have been the one that hired a white female hacker that's being paid by the state campaign money and affiliates. So secret organizations. They could also work with a bald black man with a beard. An abomination, but somebody's trying to change their way. Someone's name could be Crystal. Someone's name could be Heather. They're trying to analytically figure out how they can trade information for this. They was also trying to cause stillborn or cause miscarriage or something like that towards someone. A homegirl is an informant. Long record of hard drugs or 304 escort work. They could have recently had that happen with a son. Someone could have got pregnant by like a teenager, a 13, 14. Someone could have been like between the age of like 13 and 17. Assistance SSI approved. Because if I ain't know no better, Sheila would do some fucking messy shit like that for real. A male front office property manager watching and stalking. That could be liking to go to massage parlors to get happy endings. Also, they know someone who's a dentist and dental hygienist. They was planning to retire off of this situation. Innuendo. Ado, something like that. Ado, something like that. A black female who owns a daycare, who also paid an informant female to cyberbully, do spells, and false report on YouTube and TikTok, trying to trigger somebody. Where they did have 12 men working for them, I feel like these men are pulling away from them. They could have ties to like Philadelphia, California, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Missouri, Minnesota, or Montana. Also, I'm seeing Oregon, New Hampshire, and Vermont. So, yeah, somebody was definitely trying to pay for a hit. January, February. They so concerned about what somebody's saying and doing. They just neglecting everything they supposed to do because someone's mad because someone's single, free, happy, and attractive. That's the stupidest shit ever. A Hispanic female that's dark-skinned, they could be a wife, but they're cheating on their spouse at this time. Oh, they cheating on their spouse with the babalao. So somebody, if you know your wife over here and she do the hoodoo and you cool with her doing that and you ain't into that shit, she creeping with whoever it is that she doing her astrology. She ain't doing no motherfucking astrology. She getting her back blown out. Archangel Michael and Metatron, Gabriel, thank y'all for coming through at this time because somebody feel like they fit to shut it down, baby. This little light of mine, I'm going to let that bitch shine. Someone could be a Gemini as well or could be doing this towards a Gemini, one of the two. They have very low self-esteem. Like, you can sit there and be like, you look beautiful or you look handsome. This would be a motherfucker that don't get it. They trying to delegate something that they doing. A black female that traveled to Georgia to do spiritual work. They're too busy trying to figure out what somebody else is doing. They don't feel guilty for none of this shit. They don't really want to apologize. They could be like, I just want to apologize to them. This is like someone trying to convince. Someone's name could be Vincent or something like that. And they trying to convince them like, yeah, I feel bad. I just want to check on them. I just want to see it's okay. Like someone could be playing with some fucking people. And I feel like some people are finally catching on like, you really trying to do this shit? Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Someone could have approached someone while it was raining. It was like muggy, it was hot, but it was raining. Someone's last name could be Rainy or Rain. Oh, that's giving, what's her name? Lovely Mimi in Rain? Yeah. Shit, at least Lovely Mimi trying to change her motherfucking ways. This person talks bad about you all the time. Familial status, like, why would they have all these kids? They don't know what they doing, what they going with their life. Bitch, I've been knowing where I'm going. It's just y'all been in the fucking way. And the moment that they put y'all dumbasses away or put you in a fucking grave, it's gonna go one or two ways: a grave or behind fucking bars. And I hope they throw the fucking book at you and put you under that bitch. Because it's ridiculous to block somebody and trying to convince other people like they're nobody. They're nobody. Bitch, I'm somebody. I've always been somebody. I've been doing that shit since I was a little fucking jit. Because don't nobody go that fucking hard on just a nobody. I'm not a nobody if you got to go this fucking hard to try to drop my body. And my body ain't dropping no time soon. Every other body will, but this one won't. I got shit to do and you in the way. And I'm telling you, I'm coming through like a motherfucking wrecking ball. I'll be sure of that. Because you're going to get that payback from September and October. Payback's a bitch. That's what they told me. It's called karma. It's imminent. It's going to happen. Happiness is going to be guaranteed for me one way or another. At least I'm going to be smiling about that shit. You got to remember, I love it when they count me out. I love it when they count me out. I do. Because y'all playing with me, and I'm probably going to turn y'all bitch asses to a poem or a song. Play with it. I ain't got no desire to be in the fucking thing, but I'll be sure to be a one-hit wonder so that song can be remembered for centuries. Just about y'all motherfuckers. And they going to make sure it's public. They counted you out, fuck them all, stand on business, and I had no choice but to stand on business by myself. By myself. Y'all had to block me from going to college. Why? Not only is she chocolate and she beautiful, she's smart. Without going to finish up her degree, I had too many college credits for y'all to be fucking with me. But gaslighting and being passive aggressive is your thing to do. And apparently, I'm not being passive aggressive. I'm just pointing out your bullshit. Vivian Visions. Oh, don't no other person point out what the next bitch doing if they insecure. Bitch ain't shit insecure about me because I can walk outside and still feel good and confidence whether I'm wearing a wig, whether I'm not. I can go outside this bitch with makeup, without makeup. I can still stand up and stand on business and still tell you about your motherfucking self. Ain't shit insecure about me. You gotta understand you aspire to fucking be me. You gotta remember that y'all was on my TikTok before y'all started doing this shit. Recognize me, ho. I'm going to always speak my truth and I'll stand on big business. So anybody trying to come for it, come with it with your full might. But make sure you do that shit one-on-one. Because if you can't do that one-on-one as a man or a woman, you can't speak up for yourself. Grow up here. If you're a fucking female, go find you somewhere else to fucking play with. Go play in traffic. Let me make sure your kid run outside in the street. Play with it. I have no mercy and all pun intended. Because y'all all over here dealing with people that's physically abusing you anyway. Oh, my husband, but he abusing you mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. Do you know physical abuse is every time that he bring that BV to you? Oh, it's just something that happens and it's reoccurring. No, bitch, you just keep laying up with any and everything and he's sleeping unprotected and he going with his winky going up in you. Oh, it's just reoccurring. Bitch, ain't shit reoccurring. You fucking on somebody that keep putting it in there. Dirty hoes. Pedophilia, like some young anyway. You sitting here looking older than your fucking age. I could probably be older and don't even fucking know, or I can probably be younger. Either way it goes, I still look good for my age. Try to convince you got to do that glamour shit to make it seem like I look. Bitch, please. Try with somebody else. A Spanish lawyer who's a closet racist and colorist. She don't even like her own son. Someone speaks bad about you and have no clue who you are. That's crazy to talk bad about somebody and you don't even know who they are. But you was willing to go ahead and get your son to get in his cop car, or do surveillance, or go ahead and jeopardize his security clearance for the shit that you got going on. Come on now. A black Muslim female involved, that's the people you may know. I don't know y'all motherfuckers because I don't look for y'all. I don't even like y'all. 5-year plan, y'all was hoping to do this, create hate groups, self-sabotaging, trying to build a false case for money and greed. Someone had a dream, and in their dream, they said a name, seen a face, and they got a fucking warning. Shit, I guarantee these motherfuckers dreaming like a motherfucker about your girl. What? Huh? Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and Metatron. Those who are my main fucking protectors since a kid. Somebody could have be having this in the next 7 days. You would have had a better chance of giving me my money. Dark energy is hovering over Orange County, Osceola County. Someone's like, I can't let go. Someone knew about this. I knew that boy knew about what happened. But instead of saying that, you want to lie in my face. I love them. No, you don't. No, you don't. Be loyal to those who are loyal to them. Make them show and prove. Because if that man really did, you would have showed up. Fuck what your mama talk about, anybody else talk about. I'm going to at least show up and just say this. So shit. Even if I did end up having a fucking kid from that motherfucker, I know I'm going to be a single parent. One-sided competition trying to convince these motherfuckers that they got a chance to compete. Especially another fucking man thinking he got a chance to compete against a woman. A natural born woman. Making a man feel like he's a natural fucking woman. Bruh, get out my face. Community association manager involved. And helping with a HIPAA violation and medical malpractice. These people don't want to do right. But they going to do right, though. They could have worked with some people from Ohio. Trying to play like they confused, though. Someone has bad intent. That's why it's important for me to just keep working on myself. Because, baby, I ain't trying to hear nothing. Somebody, if you end up finding out you fucking pregnant, keep your shit to yourself. Don't even tell the fucking daddy about this shit. Because that card did come out. A sperm donor. Ireland. Project manager. They doing fucking projects. South America or Brazil has a mole on their face. Someone is going to put down that fucking phone. Don't ignore how you feel. Someone could be having brush of air, or someone could keep feeling like air is on them. Someone be feeling like it's hair or a web or something on them. No, that's a spiritual connection. Goosebumps, that's a spiritual connection, or you're getting spiritual communication. Somebody is like, I didn't think that it would happen. No, you having the dreams or whatever. Someone stole about your win on a scratch off, trying to show like they fake love and care and support you. Like, get the fuck on. I'll tell you, somebody, you end up being pregnant, you find out you are, keep it pushing. That motherfucker did that shit and then act like they don't know nothing. That's called passive aggressive behavior. And now you want to come around and fix it? Nah. Racially charged group. They will be labeled as terrorists. They're going to be getting prison time, 10, 15, 25 to life. So whoever goes telling on the community, they will get some immunity and time cut off on them. Some of them will probably get 10 years, like probation, parole, or some shit like that. But them choosing not to do that, that's on them. That's not your problem. Because for somebody, depending on if these people are different nationalities than you, they're facing 10, 15, 25 to life. And with these people facing that, those who come in, like giving information to the government or the feds, some of them will end up getting like, they're going to have to be on probation and parole for a long ass fucking time. But others of them, 25 to life. And they're going to be considered terrorists. So meaning they won't ever get government or federal jobs. So they're going to be working McDonald's, the grocery stores and shit like that. Them kid jobs. Loving them harder won't help them. It actually hindered them. I learned that valuable lesson. I was trying to help a motherfucker. Even recently doing the reading, I knew who the fuck I was communicating with. Motherfucker, you want to play stupid? I'm going to play stupid right along with you. So are they manipulating? No, motherfucker. You wanted to manipulate some shit. Now you fucking confused. And then we're going to keep playing the fucking confusing game. Are they pregnant? Are they not? Is it for real? It don't even fucking matter at that time. Because even if you are, guess what? Carry on. A male cybersecurity signals NASA and military ties. Ancestors and spirits on someone's ass right now. They ain't going to be able to handle it. Female front office and property manager watching and stalking. On top of that, for somebody, if you are female and you didn't know you was pregnant, or you end up being pregnant and all this was happening during that time, they're going to get life. Because basically it's already premeditated on your life. If you're carrying the child, so they basically premeditated on two people's life. That's causing endangerment to an unborn fetus or a child. And depending on how far along you are, so at 3 months, that's a fetus. So anything past that, at that point, that is basically charging at your life. So say if a hospital was aware of it, they didn't give up this evidence, but the feds and government go in and they look into your record, or all of a sudden, like for somebody in a situation, you gonna have government or fed pay for whatever kind of blood work or something like that that you need. For somebody, they probably will do like ultrasounds, blood work or whatever, and finding it, and it's like the findings is going to be miraculous or whatever. But with that, say that you are pregnant, they have no choice but to expedite that court case. And in that court case, everybody involved, including judges, lawyers, whoever, even if they run, they going to prison. That will hit national news right there. Shit, if you early on in a pregnancy, oh hell yeah, they definitely throwing the book at them. If you're about to, if second trimester, they can sometimes do that, but they just gonna have to just keep up with the sight of the health of the child, of you and the child, and say if you did develop anything in the process of that, baby. When I say time, baby, they gonna have no choice but time. So if they keep trying to take your life and stuff like that, including the father or whoever you can see from, and you can find out that they're involved, lock their ass up right along with them. Lock their ass up right along with them. They want to play with that magic. They want to do baneful work. They want to do all this other shit towards you. They didn't want to give you loyalty. Oh, well, I didn't. No. Because like I said, in my situation, they would have been better off giving me the money and leaving me the fuck alone. Because shit, I know it's plenty other shit that I could do. But shit, I might as well make this the new hobby or the new thing to do, because shit, it's solving a whole bunch of cases outside of myself. So if you are a woman and you end up finding out you're pregnant, and you get these people trying to poison your food, these people, like say if you eat it, you end up getting sick or something like that, and you got to go to a hospital, an unexpected visit, or you got to go do something, already on top of have to pay bills, just know that the government and Fed is watching that. They watching them try to see what they're going to do with your blood work, if they're going to traffic your information. Sorry, God, I'm not picking my nose. It's this. Okay, thank you. Because it was irritating. Say they do blood work or whatever, they're going to be watching these motherfuckers like a hawk. Regardless, if you go, for me, we got Orlando Health or whatever. Somebody's name is Hugo, who feel like they're going to get away with some bullshit, but they not. They watching these motherfuckers wherever I go, she goes. Somebody could be following the fuck out of you too. But however it goes in this situation, lock everybody involved up. All who spoke or took calls, visits, products, messages with your family are going to be on this FBI watch as well. Person is mentally undiagnosed, so be mindful. So these people that are all involved, a spiritual practitioner, dark-skinned Hispanic person who were paid by church people and people that were called themselves friends of you to do this. They could be the age of 41 to 59 years old. Someone is upset because you're choosing yourself. The government is also involved, but the government wants to run for Senate. So somebody who's part of the government who's trying to run for Senate, they're using funds from their campaign to do this. So for the government and feds that are hovering and can see this, they're using their campaign funds. But it's also campaign personal funds, and then whoever been funding them recently, look into all of them. Because they know someone ain't going to take themselves out. A male accountant that's stalking and watching, hoping that something doesn't backfire, but a Hispanic male from a fire department, all these people involved, if they just did more rituals, this next backfire is going to result into a death, freak or odd accidents as well. So it's going to be like, what's going on? Well, they felt that it was safe and okay to do the shit that they're doing. Say if you do Uber Eats, DoorDash or something like that, and something happened like that, and they get ready to do something, it's going to be an automatic backfire, and it's going to take a life. It's getting up to 13 people whose lives are about to go. For somebody, if you are with child or something like that, and whoever the father is or whatever the case may be, they probably going to be trying to pull up on you and like, I didn't know. Don't even have no conversation with that person. Don't. If they ain't coming to you with no fucking truth, move around. Because they feel like because you don't have physical proof, that it's okay for them to do what it is that they've been doing towards you. That's somebody really thinking like that just because you ain't got physical proof. Someone playing sides though. Like I'm giving y'all this information, and but somebody like, give me some more information. Now all of a sudden, for somebody, it's like, well, I just wanted to know. No, motherfucker, you know, you been new. But the thing of it is, it's just like, lay that burdens down. Spiritual communication, influence, religious man teaches men the law or something like that. It's like something involved in this situation where somebody do want to fix something and heal it, because it's like if there's kids involved, it's like somebody's like, I'm not trying to be no sperm donor or nothing, no baby there. I would what? Somebody's like, somebody really want to know. Somebody's name could be Enrique. Somebody want to know. For somebody, if they know for sure and they come pull up on you and they find out or whatever, they ain't trying to leave. I don't know why. Somebody's like, shit, probably trying to marry somebody. Ain't no telling. But you guys still be mindful. Spiritual wisdom, magic helps gain the wisdom to discover hidden secrets. So someone's trying to figure something out. If there's a female that's trying to be against you, you could be a female and there's another female trying to do some shit against you. Baby, they fit to have a backfire of a lifetime. And it leads to a pine box. If it's a female that keeps trying to do something, they could be like 25, 38 years old. They could have a 10-year-old. They could be 48, 22, something like that. 18. They do some shit. It's going to end up taking their life. And shit, for me in my situation, for me to see my oldest in the dream, baby, hey, mama love you, but shit, the same way you came in, the same way you gonna go ahead and go out, baby. I have no mercy, not even for my older two kids. So don't think anybody, it don't make me mean, it don't make me hateful or nothing like that. What made you feel it was safe enough for you to even fucking play that shit? Because my kids would have been smart enough, and mine's to know the shit. The right folks spook their ass. And you know this is what happened in the prisons, right? And they still want to act tough like they doing some shit. Repercussions and consequences to come along with it. You thought you could step in some big boy and big girl game shit? Tell me how it's gonna go. I can only protect those who want to be protected. I'm not protecting nobody who don't feel like they want to go for my life. And when Ayana Destiny decided to go ahead and pull the shit she did, welcome to the real world. So now I'm for to teach you what life is really the fuck about. And now that you got to come out of mama's covering, I'm not able to pray for you. I'm not able to pray for my own child. That shit hurts. That's the worst thing you can ever do as a fucking parent, as a mother, to sit there and be like, damn, I'm going to have to watch my child suffer. But then you have to really be in full reality and harsh reality. Logically sense, outside of emotion, my own child tried to attempt on my life. So what do you logically do in that situation? It's a lot of fucking people that talk shit. If your own child was plotting on your life, what you doing? What you doing? Honestly, what are you going to do if you find out your child is plotting to take your fucking life? What you doing? I'm not praying for you. I'm not praying for you. But when they lock you up, I'll make sure you got a little bit of change, because that's the most, at least, to tell you that I still cared enough to forgive the bullshit, but you gonna do that motherfucking time. You doing that time. I'm not bailing you out. I'm not getting you. You doing that time, baby. I will make sure my kid, they gonna do that time. You plotted on mommy's life when mommy was the only one fighting for yours. And I was fighting for mine. And you went on ahead to try to take mine. And you worked with people to do it. And you didn't want to wake up and it was cool and it was funny. And you I'm going to let you do that time. But to still let you know that I care. Because you came from my womb. It'll be money on your books so you can eat. Now what happens on the inside, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But that's a harsh reality and a hardest pill that you have to do. I cried over that shit. No, I'm like, goddamn, my damn child. October 18, 2007, I brought you into this world. At 4:12 a.m. How you think that shit make me feel? I brought birth to you, Adrian Noel, August 13th, 2010, 1201, Gateway Hospital, Ayana, Winnie Palmer Hospital, Clarksville, Tennessee, for Adrian, if you're inquiring. I didn't make it enough time to go ahead and go to Blanchfield at that time. So if someone is willing to manipulate you, and I had to struggle with you and have you in that car that whole time you knew what was up, and you didn't bother to say, Mommy, this is what's going on. All right, my son and my daughter, with all love and respect, I release you in love. I have to release my kids in love. That shit hurt. I got to release my kids in love, knowing that my kids help these fucking people come from my life. So now everyone sit here and understand why you go hard. Shit, the other kids, the only one I was concerned, Marcus can't talk. Marcus can't talk. He can't defend himself. And you will release my kids in the hands of the worst people that they can be. That hurts. Those are my kids. That's all I fucking had. I knew what's in my kids. They could be killers if they train fucking right. And apparently, someone was training them to come from my life when I fought for them. That's all the fuck I had. So yes, you absolutely right. A life for a life. I don't give a fuck about nobody's kids. Because who cared about mine? Don't nobody deserve to be involved in this shit. I sacrificed damn near my whole fucking well-being to make sure that people felt safe, because I know how harsh the real world is. Everybody live in this fucking world of a facade, thinking you got to sit there and downplay the next woman, the next man, the anything, or play on people's trauma. I've been there. I fucking done that. That's why I be so fucking calm. Until I'm not. Until I'm not. Because trust and believe, everybody think, oh, she got this. No, bitch, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. They like to keep their enemies close. No, I'm watching and observing. I'm going ahead and analytically doing. I'm doing my fundamental. I'm making sure that I'm keeping this right here in order. Because I don't need disorder. I can't function in disorder. And it's been nothing but disorder. So apparently I'm more than capable of functioning in disorder. Happy. I'm a happy person. And why would you want to steal someone's fucking happiness because you're miserable? Why would you want to keep someone miserable because you're miserable? I refuse. You got ego, you got pride. Let me destroy that for you real quick. Let me show you how it feels when you want to try to make somebody feel worthless. I'm not worthless. I'm worth so much more than anybody can sit there and handle. My energy is so fucking much that it's people that get so fucking annoyed by my energy. It's just my presence alone, and I don't be talking. That's powers. That's a gift. And they got to do everything to make you feel like you're not worth it. What you do is not this, bitch. Everything I do is worth way much more than what you can even pay. Way much more than your fucking net worth. Way much more than how the fuck you was raised. You got to remember, you got to pay motherfuckers to suppress me. We ain't ever the same. You got to fuck your way to the top. You got to go join a group or a gang or an organization to do what it is that you do. I ain't did none of that. I've been by myself the whole time. But until you have to release your kids in love, for me to still say I'll be your mama and put some on your books, but I don't care if I don't ever talk to them again. That was my life. I'm going to have to keep them at bay, but it don't mean that the time that whatever time that the judge give them, how much time they got, judge. I'm still a mother at the end of the day. But that was for me. But I still got enough fucking love to know, hey, Ayana and Adrian, you will have money if you make it out of prison. That's if you make it out that motherfucker. You will have a home to come to because you can't come into mine. That hurts. That hurts. I'm not going to keep arguing and fighting with nobody to think I ain't got a heart for them. I love them. But that there is certain shit that you just can't come back from. And that's one of them. If they chose not to wake up to them manipulated and getting manipulated by people, that's on them. That's on them. I did my due diligence. I did the best that I could with what I had. I ain't have much, but I did the best with the fuck I could with what I had. Shit, I would sacrifice me dressing up and doing the things that make me happy so they can smile. Until you have to be in that position and go through that shit, don't tell me about nothing. Don't be trying to say they gotta know, baby. You know it's a fact because y'all involved in all that shit. You attacked somebody that I wasn't even looking for. You came for me. So I'm just shutting it down.